Here in the Highlands of Sri Lanka is where some of the world's finest teas are grown. Tea wasn't always Sri Lanka's money crop, because until the 1860s, all these mountainsides here were not growing tea, but coffee. In the late 1860s, the coffee rust disease took over this area and a lot of the coffee plants died. So what? The farmers knew that they had to diversify. They were looking for a plant that was more robust and that would make them even more cash. The British were smart. They thought that a little tree grown in China, which was known as tea, would do well in these climates. So they brought down this leafy tree here to Sri Lanka. What a success story it was. Tea and Sri Lanka was like a marriage made in heaven. The tea produced here turned out to be one of the world's finest and is today known as the Ceylon Tea. Here in Sri Lanka, the tastiest tea you're gonna find is from roadside shacks like this. We call them pettikada. Sri Lankans like their tea strong and dark. But tea, the leafy fresh beverage, is so quintessential in every Sri Lankan's life. The British needed a lot of labor to plant and maintain this crop. But finding that labor turned out quite a challenge. The local Sinhalese population here on the island somewhat was quite reluctant to do this kind of work. So what did the British do? Just across the water, a couple of miles from Sri Lanka lay India, which then, back in the days, was ruled by the British as well. So the British brought Tamil Indian workers here to Sri Lanka as migrant workers to work on these estates. Today, more than 1.5 million people are working here in Sri Lanka in the tea industry. Tea plucking is a process that cannot be automated. It's a very, very selective process. You can't just come here and mow down the top and throw it in a factory and expect to get good tea. You gotta know which buds to pick and which to leave out. Because when you get Ceylon tea in your cup, you will know for sure that it is made only of the best buds of the best tea here in Sri Lanka. You see, the tea industry is a very manual industry. The ancestors of these people here were brought here from India by the British. And for generations and generations, these people have worked here on the estate. But times are changing and there is a lot of opportunity out there. And I'm wondering whether this new generation of youngsters here are keen to continue the work here in the tea industry, or whether or not their ambitions are different. The branded quality Ceylon tea that is known in the world literally lies in the hands of this generation.
And hey, last but not least, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking here, and also do activate the notification bell so that you know when we uploaded a new clip. If you like our content, please also feel free to share it on your social media handles and help us to spread the love and positivity. Hopefully, this pandemic will soon go away and we all will be able to jump back on a plane and travel the world. See you soon.